The D, man.
Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?
Yo, it's your boy D's Media back again with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 100K. Today we're going to talk about Lil Durk mom speak on D-Thing passing and how, you know, she had plenty talks with Lil Durk about changing his music. Let's jump straight into it.
We got right into a situation you had to deal with last year. I think no parent ever wants to go through this. But unfortunately, you lost your son to gun violence right here in Chicago. Dante D-Thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, in our first meeting, we went right into that conversation, and you brought it up.
Yeah.
And so I just want to talk about if it hasn't even been a year yet. The moment when you got that phone call about your son.
I'm sorry. I'm still going through it. It's kind of hard. The reality of it is I can't accept it right now. And it's still kind of hard for me to acknowledge that, like, okay, I can't FaceTime him anymore or call him anymore. It's still, kind of unreal right now. Yeah. And I'm dealing with it. I'm going to deal with it, head on. I have to, because I have to be here for his kids, Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's very, very, very hard. And the depression and anxiety that I'm dealing with now, I dealt with as a child, and now it's gotten worse. As a child, it kind of subsided a little bit, but then when this happened, it got a little worse. But I'm going to deal with it, because that's something D-Thing wanted me. He said, Ma, you got to get out there and do whatever. And that's what I'm doing.
Let's talk about the mother aspect, being the matriarch, the mother of the family, and other mothers who lost sons in this. And from what I see on the outside looking in, you all tend to talk to each other about this stuff. Everybody, like, you're like Tuka that was killed, FBG Doug, and then you have your son that was killed. What are the mothers saying? Because it seemed like the mothers try to get together and say, hey, look, guys, can we stop all this nonsense? Or do the mothers have that type of coalition?
Right now, the gun violence is not going anywhere no time soon. It's just too much going on. You got the beefing, you got the this and the dead, which is awful. And I mean that all across the board. I don't care who it is.
Right.
Everyone and anyone that this dead is disgusting to me. And I don't think, and the more it happens, is the harder it's going to get for everybody. It's not going to subside anytime soon. I don't think. I mean, we're hoping.
Right.
But I don't think so.
You have these conversations with the other mothers, though?
No.
I wanted to ask you in that same lane, because one of the messages that I got when we told people that you were coming on today was kind of like addressing, well, can you ask her, how do you deal with some of the messaging that might be in Durk's music as a mother? Because obviously we know you never wanted him to get caught up in the streets and the things that go wrong with that, but we know that, with this music sometimes it addresses the violence and the real things that are happening in the city. So as a mother, do you ever pull him to the side and say, son, don't say that, or
oh my God,
son, come on, we're not really trying to go down that road, or but how do you deal with that as a mother at the same time him having creative freedom as an artist?
I've always been in Durk's ear about his lyrics in his song, and he'll tell me something so that I could just shut up. And he like, okay, Mom, well, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I tell him just to change up your lyrics, do something different. Nobody wants to hear about someone's child that, passed away. Your brother passed away, and we're hearing the same thing, And I understand the hurt, but you have to deal with it in a different aspect. Yeah.
That's real.
I'm always in his ear, always been in D-Thing ear. But they're grown.
For sure.
Yeah, but I do my part. I don't have to do it on the internet.
Right.
But I do my part. My part is always done.
Right.
Like, so you said growing up you had, like, anxiety, PTSD. Let's talk about how you carry that into adulthood, and, like, how sometimes I don't think people see that these young men and women out here, they suffer from PTSD too. Do you sit on somebody's couch and talk about it, or did you just work your way through it yourself? Because a lot of people look down on going to see a therapist or something like that. I know I go see one once every 2 weeks because I'm crazy. I know it, right? So, like, does bringing that from your childhood to your adulthood, how have you worked to temper that? And then do you try to stop it when you see it in your children or see it in youth coming up?
I've tried. The therapist is my husband.
Okay. Love. I mean, I'm just saying, you got somebody to talk to.
I really need to go see a therapist though. But my thing is with therapists, they always try to medicate you, and I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that.
The one thing I feel like Lil Durk mom catch a lot of flack for is because she's not a public mom. You know, I feel like people want Lil Durk moms to be in the public and be on social media like how FBG Duck mom was. And I don't think Durk mom liked the fame and attention that come with her son being one of the biggest artists in the world. Just because she doesn't publicly talk about her kids or publicly say certain things or comment on situations, that don't mean behind closed doors she ain't been talking to her kids. You know what I'm saying? We got this 2024, we got 2024, like everything has to be done on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And when you scroll on, everything is done on the internet now. People discipline their kids, people feed their kids, people walk their kids, take their kids to school, get their kids dressed. Everything nowadays is on the internet. And I feel like with Durk mom, she just don't want the fame that come with it. But there's nowhere in the world that she watched Durk and D-Thang dad take life in prison for not wanting to tell on Larry Hoover. I'm pretty sure, you know, his dad was living a certain type of lifestyle that she was aware of. So if you got your husband or your boyfriend living this lifestyle and he received life in prison, what would make y'all think that she would want Durk or D-Thang to be in that same type of lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she probably tried her hardest to keep them on the straight and narrow. But you got to think, when you living up in the hood, you got all this temptation around you. You know, you don't got $10 in your pocket, but big homie up the street can show you how to get some money. You ain't got no, you don't feel like you're getting the type of love and attention you need in your household. Homies up the street gonna show you the love and attention you need. So it's like everybody join a gang and jump off the porch for the right or the wrong reason. Some people don't have a father in their life. Some people is begging for love and family camaraderie. You know, some people want a Christmas dinner, a birthday party, all of that. You'd be surprised why people join the gangs, you know. But I feel like we shouldn't bash Durk moms because she's not on the forefront like a Mama Duck. You know, I have heard that Lil Durk mom refused to sit down with Mama Duck and other mothers in Chicago. And I feel like later on down the life, I feel like she's going to have to change that perspective, you know, because if it's really about saving these kids and getting to the youth, everybody love their mama. You know, you might think you got love for your homie or your homeboy or your cousin or this, but your mama always got a special place in everybody's heart. So I feel like as the mothers come together and, you know, they start communicating and they start trying to really get to their kids and really getting them to understand what they're doing, I feel like you ain't got no choice but to listen to your mom, you know. But I feel like Lil Durk mom catch a lot of flack because she wasn't willing to sit down with certain people to pretty much talk about what's going on in Chicago. But I just felt like a lot of the stuff that she do, she just don't want it on the internet. You know, certain people don't want to be in that type of limelight, you know. Then you got a Mama Duck who want to be in the limelight. But I just feel like, man, it's nowhere in the world that she watched with Durk and them dad lifestyle that they did and him getting taken away for 26 years and her not talking to her kids every day to try to keep them on a straight track. I just don't see that, you know. But at the end of the day, Durk didn't listen, you know, and that's why, unfortunately, he locked up right now. You know, I feel like a lot of his lyrics is going to get used against him, you know, which is the sad part about it, you know. But one thing you surely got to remember, y'all quick to say freedom of speech, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. If they can determine that some of your music or a bar or a hook or whatever can be tied into a crime, is no longer freedom of speech. It's called evidence. So you just got to be careful what you putting on these songs. But at the end of the day, I respect Lil Durk mom, and just because she don't want to go publicly and discipline her kids or talk to her kids on social media, that don't make her a good or make her a bad mom. I'm just saying, there's nowhere in the world that she watched their dad get life in prison and she didn't try to keep them on a straight and narrow in life, you know. Whether if it worked, it worked. Whether if it didn't work, it didn't work. But you don't have to discipline your kids or talk to your kids on the internet to be a good or bad parent, you know. And that's just my personal opinion, you know. But rest in peace to D-Thang, you know, that tragically lost his life, man. I know that was a touchy subject for her to touch on, you know, but, you know, that's part of the streets and the lifestyle, you know. It's no different from D-Thing playing a role and Duck getting hit up. It's all the same thing, you know. But I just hope and pray, man, that these young brothers figure it out, man, before you lose your life or your freedom, man, you know. Always listen to your parents, man. It's like we don't respect our parents no more because we look at the street dudes. When your moms or your dad done been through everything, we look at our parents like nerds. Meanwhile, your parents done been through more things than the big homie on the street that you looking up to, you know? So listen to your parents, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with me.
The D, man. Yeah, shout out my nigga from D's Media, you feel me?